You've already forgotten nearly the first 3 years of your own life. Not because you're getting older, not because your memory failed, but because your brain may have decided those years were never meant to be remembered. Every laugh, every fear, every heartbeat, they all happened. Yet the person who lived through them feels like a complete stranger. And the strangest part? The reason you can't remember being a baby might be the very reason you're able to remember anything today. Most people believe those memories simply faded with time, like old photographs left in the sun. It seems obvious. We forget names, we forget birthdays, we even forget where we left our keys. So maybe our earliest memories just disappeared too? But reality is much stranger, because during those first few years, your brain wasn't forgetting the world. It was learning more about it than it ever would again. You learned to recognize faces you've never seen before. You learned that certain voices meant safety. You learned the sounds of an entire language. You learned how to smile, how to crawl, how to walk. If your brain could accomplish all of that, why can't it remember any of it? The strange part isn't that you forgot. It's what you forgot. The first time your mother smiled at you. The first hand that gently wrapped around yours. The first voice that made you feel safe. The first person who convinced you the world wasn't a frightening place. Those moments shaped the person you would become, yet you can't remember a single one. It's as if someone quietly removed the opening chapters of your life and left the rest of the book untouched. For over a century, scientists searched for those missing chapters, like detectives investigating a crime with almost no evidence. Some believed the memories were still hidden somewhere deep inside the mind. Others believed they had disappeared forever. Neither explanation turned out to be completely right, because eventually, scientists realized they had been asking the wrong question. Maybe the mystery wasn't why those memories disappeared. Maybe they were never stored the way adult memories are in the first place. That single idea changed everything. But before we can solve this mystery, we first need to understand what a memory actually is. Imagine moving into a brand new city. Every street is unfamiliar. Every building looks the same. Now imagine trying to memorize that city while millions of construction workers rebuild it every single day. Roads disappear overnight. Entire neighborhoods are redesigned. New bridges replace old ones before you've even crossed them. No matter how hard you try, the map inside your head never stays accurate. Something remarkably similar was happening inside your own brain. Every mystery has a crime scene. For memory, it lies deep inside your brain, a tiny structure no larger than your thumb. It's called the hippocampus. Almost every important memory you'll ever make passes through this tiny region first. Your first day at school, your favorite vacation, your first heartbreak. Without it, life becomes an endless present. You can experience the world, but yesterday almost disappears. But here's where everything falls apart. Babies already have a hippocampus, the exact same structure that stores the memories you're making right now. So why doesn't it work? For decades, nobody knew. Then neuroscientists discovered something extraordinary. Your baby's brain wasn't simply growing. It was rebuilding itself every single day. Millions of brand new neurons were being created. At first, that sounds like an advantage. More brain cells should mean better memory. Instead, it may have been doing the exact opposite. Imagine writing your entire life story inside a notebook. While someone quietly replaces the pages before the ink has time to dry, you keep writing. You keep learning. But the story never stays in one place long enough to preserve it. That's what many scientists now believe was happening inside your baby's brain. As new neurons flooded the hippocampus, they constantly rewired the very circuits trying to preserve your earliest experiences. Your brain became unbelievably good at learning, but surprisingly bad at keeping detailed memories. It sounded impossible, so scientists had to test it, but they couldn't perform experiments on human babies. Instead, they turned to an unlikely group of volunteers, baby mice. What happened next completely changed how neuroscientists think about childhood memory. The young mice quickly learned where food was hidden. They remembered how to navigate simple environments. Everything looked normal. Then, as their brains continued producing huge numbers of new neurons, those early memories began disappearing far faster than expected. Even stranger, when researchers slowed that burst of new neuron growth, the memories lasted much longer. Suddenly, forgetting no longer looked like a flaw. It looked like part of the design, but that answer created an even bigger mystery. One that completely changed how scientists think about childhood. If babies forget so much, how do they learn so much? After all, you don't remember learning your first language. You don't remember recognizing your parents. You don't remember discovering that a smile means comfort, or that a hug means safety. Yet somehow, all of those things, the answer is that your brain doesn't store every memory the same way. Think about riding a bicycle. You probably can't remember every lesson, the scraped knees, the person running beside you, the exact day you finally balanced. Those memories may disappear, but the skill remains. Your brain stores stories. It stores skills. It stores emotions. It stores habits. And sometimes it quietly stores pieces of who you are. Scientists call the memories you can replay in your mind episodic memories. But babies spend much of their early life building something even more valuable. The invisible blueprint that teaches them how to trust, how to speak, how to love, how to become human. The stories fade. The lessons stay. Then scientists uncovered something even stranger. Around the age of 3, your brain isn't the only thing that's changing. Your identity is changing too. Imagine waking up every morning without knowing who yesterday's version of you was. That's surprisingly close to how a baby's mind experiences the world. There is warmth, fear, comfort, curiosity, but there isn't yet a fully developed idea of me. Without that stable sense of self, memories have nowhere solid to attach themselves. It's like organizing thousands of photographs. Before anyone has invented photo albums, the pictures exist. But they never become your story. Then something remarkable happens. Language begins connecting experiences. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, for the first time, life stops feeling like isolated moments and starts becoming a single story. Your story. That's why most people begin remembering life around the same age. But here's the twist that surprised even scientists. Forgetting may not be a flaw at all. It may be one of evolution's greatest inventions. Evolution wasn't trying to build the perfect memory. It was trying to build the perfect learner. Imagine remembering every sound, every face, every shadow, every tiny detail from the day you were born. Your mind would drown in information before it ever understood what mattered. Instead, your brain learned something far more important. It learned what to keep and what to let go. Before your brain could remember your life, it first had to learn how to live it. And that changes the mystery completely. If you can't remember becoming yourself, when did you actually begin? Was it your first memory? Your first word? Your first step? Or did the person you are today begin long before you could ever remember existing? Maybe the answer has been with you all along. Somewhere deep inside your mind lives the very first version of you, the one who learned what love feels like, the one who discovered language, the one who turned meaningless sounds into words, and strangers into family. You'll never remember meeting them, yet every memory you'll ever create exists because they quietly built the mind that's remembering these words.